What's up? We're going to be putting this here China turbo in that there 240SX. My first turbo blew because A, it was cheap, and B, the oiling was not very good. So we're going to be fixing that today by shortening this a little bit. And I already got the other one out, so we just got to go do some stuff on the bench and then throw it in. As you can see here, this is my old turbo housing, and you can see this gasket blew out here due to oil not being able to drain properly, and it got stuck in here and got hot and expanded and pew, and then bye turbo. All right, so first things first, we got to take this housing and rotate it a little bit because it sits on an angle kind of like this, and the feed on the top won't be straight, so I have to make it so this is straight up here. So to twist the housing, all you have to do is loosen these bolts and the whole thing will just be able to twist to where I need it to be. And then I'll go test fit it on the car to make sure it's going to be at the right angle. Okay, so now with all these bolts back here loose, you can see I'm able to rotate this housing as I want to make this be at the top-ish. So somewhere around there, I'm going to go test it on the car and make sure it's good, and then just tighten these and we'll be good to go. As you can see, I have the turbo mocked up on the car, fitting exactly where I need it to be. Looks like the downpipe's gonna match right up. Everything's good. No new gasket on here, but I have to take it out because we still have to shorten this line to make it so this one does not blow up like in my old one. All right, so for this line, it's just got this hose clamp we gotta take off, and this comes right out. And then I'm probably gonna go about 1 to 2 inches shorter because when it's up to the turbo right now, it has lots of slack in it, and with less slack, it is a more straight down path back to the oil pan, so it hopefully will drain better. But yeah, I'm just gonna cut it with just an air cutter thing and then put this back in and it should be good. Alrighty, I got the line a lot shorter now, so it should just fit right up and be a lot less slack and drain better. So now all we gotta do is bolt the turbo in. Alright, so the turbo's in somewhat, so I can adjust this, but to put it all back together, I just gotta put this pipe on, put the oil drain on, oil feed goes on top like that, and a downpipe. And I also have a turbo blanket, but that goes on after. But dial those things in and then she should be good for a test. Right, so the new turbo's in, everything's hooked back up with the oil feed, oil drain, intake piping, and the downpipe all bolted up. So we just got a few other little things to do, like swap out this filter and put the turbo blanket back on, and then we're good to start her up and give her, see if she works. Alright, so the turbo blanket is back on, the filter's back on. I ended up having to keep using this filter because the Spectre filter was too long and it wasn't letting me close the hood. So this one stays, but all that's left to do now is crank it over a bit to get some oil through the turbo and then plug it in and see if she runs. So a good note to do before you just start it and run it with no oil in it is to just go to your distributor and unplug your main wire from the ignition coil, like so. Okay, like that. So then it just cranks, but it won't spark, so it won't run. And then you crank it over for 4 or 5 seconds to let oil get through the turbo before you plug it back in and run it. All right, so I got the thing unplugged. I'm just gonna crank it over a few times to get the oil through it. So let's do it. That's all you need, about 4 or 5 seconds, and should be good to go plug it in. All right, moment of truth here. Let's see if she runs. Got to plug back in, so let's do it. Yeah. Oh. Good to go. Alright, everything seems to be healthy. It's got a bit of an exhaust leak because this eBay gasket broke, but whatever. Everything's running nice. Turbo has to break in a little bit, obviously, but let it do that for a little bit, and then she'll be ready to rip at the track once again. And I'll most likely be making a video when I'm out at the track next weekend or the week after for my track day, just going over how it performs and how the new turbo is. But for now, I think that's about it. Just gonna clean her all up and set her down, and she should be good for next time I want to go drifting. So thanks for watching, I guess. If you have any other questions, just let me know. I could do a video just over the whole build, like an overview video if you want, but that's for the future. Just wanted to get it back running again and have it be able to go back out on the track in a couple weeks. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.